So you guys already know, it's no secret, I love to get the big deals done, and we've been getting some pretty crazy deals done lately, but the deal I got done this morning was for an insanely rare item, an item that I have wanted to own for a long time now, an item that I have been hoping would come across my plate at some point, and that is very, very exciting. So in this video today, I want to talk about that item, show it to you guys, but also show you guys the rest of my inventory, some purchases, some investments, some, trades and stuff that I've been getting done lately to just kind of show you guys what's going on and show you guys some cool items and cool deals that I've been able to get done. That's what we're going to be talking about in this video today. Today's video is sponsored by Pirate Swap, an automated CS2 trading platform where you can turn your skins into new ones simple and easy. All you have to do is click on the skins that you want to get rid of and then click on the new skins that you want to own and select confirm trade. It's that simple, it's that easy, and Pirate Swap has an amazing collection of skins, so you will definitely be able to find something that you like. And if you use the discount code GERM on Pirate Swap today, you're actually going to be able to claim a free $10 bonus and be able to get a 35% deposit bonus as well. So it's an awesome site with awesome features offering you an amazing discount. So there's no reason to not go check out Pirate Swap with that first link in the description below today. And thank you to them for sponsoring this video. So the insanely rare item that I was lucky enough to pick up today is this right here. This is a skeleton knife Doppler, and this is a sapphire. But not only is it a sapphire, this is a minimal wear sapphire, 0.076 on the float, and that is what makes it so rare. I wanted to pull up the CS float database real quick to show you guys exactly what is going on. I don't know why this Twitter and tweet is pulled up, whatever, but there are 331. This is according to FloatDB, so obviously there's going to be a little bit more. This isn't going to tell us the exact kind of supply and everything of stuff out there, but this is the skeleton knife Doppler sapphire. 331 of them out there, which is already insanely rare. That is very, very crazy. Again, in the first month, there was something like 11 million fever cases unboxed in the first like 4 or 5 weeks, something like that. So you gotta, the numbers of these cases being unboxed are absolutely insane, and to only have, a couple hundred skeleton sapphires in general is crazy. Dopplers are rare. I know the odds were a little bit juiced, and everything wasn't, necessarily exactly how it was supposed to be right on the release, but Valve made some tweaks. Valve changed some numbers. They got things back under control. They made it so Dopplers and gems and everything are still rare. They're still iconic. They're still very, very cool. Now, the Sapphire is not necessarily my favorite. I don't think it's a lot of people's favorite. I think Phase 2 is much cooler. I think Ruby is much cooler. I'm even a big Black Pearl enjoyer. I think the Sapphire, especially in CS2, doesn't really look that good. We'll take a look at the colors and everything in a second. But what is even more crazy is once you bump this thing down to minimal wear, obviously this is float capped at a very, very high float. I don't know exactly what the cap on these is, 0.08 or something like that. So, most of these, and pretty much all of them, are going to be factory new when you do get them. But right now, we can see there are 14 skeleton knife Doppler sapphires in existence. 2 of them are stat track. So if we want to even boil this down to just the normal ones, we can see that there are a total of 12, again, at least posted to FloatDB or that are registered on FloatDB. 2 of these also look like they have been banned as well. But then if you scroll down, you will see right there, that is my face, my giga chatted up face, where I was able to pick this thing up 5 hours ago. I don't know why I clicked on my profile. It's not what I meant to do. I always click on the wrong buttons. I went to look at this. We can see the guy that I bought it from, where he was able to get it and then ended up wanting to cash out, wanted to trade it to me, all that stuff. It just had one owner previously before me, at least registered to FlowDB. And we were able to pick this thing up. I didn't get an amazing price for it, but obviously for such an expensive item like this, you're not always going to be able to get the craziest deal done or anything like that. But yes, 12 of them out there in existence. I do have the 3rd highest float, so that isn't necessarily insane. And obviously we do know in general, or maybe you didn't know. If you didn't know, now you're going to know that people do not like these minimal wear skeleton Dopplers. Not even that they don't like them. Honestly, I think more people should probably buy these minimal wear Dopplers because the float is insanely similar. Again, this is a 0.076. You're probably not even going to be able to tell the difference between this and most of the factory new ones, and it's also going to be significantly cheaper. Now, the big issue with these, and why a lot of traders stay away from stuff like this and stat track knives, and why I would never consider this as an investment. Again, this is just for my cash trading business. I am just going to be holding on to this, looking to sell it for profit, hopefully as quickly as I can, and get a nice little deal done, make, hopefully like a couple $100 or something like that. But these are insanely illiquid, since people are going to be looking for factory new, like skeleton knives in Doppler are already very expensive. Sapphires are already very expensive. It's already pretty illiquid, but once you start to factor that in even more, and you go to the minimal wear that not as many people are going to want, and the liquidity becomes an issue. So this thing might take me a while to sell, and in the meantime, you're taking on extra risk the longer it takes to sell. Price can go up, down, sideways, whatever. We could have another market crash. People could stop caring about these. People could pull a ton more of these. I don't know, but either way, when a deal like this comes across, I don't get $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 deals coming up very often. This is like a $4,500 knife or something like that. I don't get deals like that coming up. So I wanted to get this thing done, and honestly, I really, really love the Fever case. I love all these new, knives with these kind of finishes and stuff going on, and I've wanted to own one of these skeleton knife Dopplers, and this is my very, very first opportunity to get to do something like that. So this is very cool. I'm gonna love, getting to check this out in game, getting to use it, stuff like that. I already love, getting obviously the inspect on train. That's what everyone's kind of all about. That's what everyone's got to do. I'll be able to use it for a thumbnail and pictures. And that's another reason why I want to make this video as well, just to have this as like a time capsule, to show a time where I owned a very, very cool item, and kind of show it off to you guys as well, which I think is very cool. But obviously, we have been getting plenty of other deals and stuff done. Some stuff that I just picked up a little bit ago. I got this P90 cold-blooded and factory new, kind of cool. And then, of course, an MP9 hot rod, a little bit more expensive skin, also very, very cool. Again, I love taking a look at these skins that shine so nice, especially on train, where you have the rain, you have the darkness, you have the cool lighting. All that stuff is absolutely awesome. I also got a multiple 1,000 case deal done, which is really crazy. I bought all of these cases from one guy. You can see here we have some Prisma, some Spectrum 2, some Broken Fang, some Prisma 1, lots of cool stuff. If I get to some of the better stuff, we have Operation Riptide, which is very expensive. Shattered Web, very expensive. Spectrum 2 is not cheap either. We have some Gamma cases, some Chroma cases, some Chroma 3 cases, Gamma 2 cases. Like this deal was very, very crazy. Whenever you get a deal like this done, it takes a lot of time. And again, this was also very, very, very expensive. So in the past couple of days, this is honestly one of my biggest cash trading months ever, and it coincides with the YouTube channel doing pretty well. The last month or 2 months have been my biggest month or 2 months on YouTube so far, and as the YouTube does better, I plug it out. I plug my cash trading on my Twitter, on my YouTube, all over the place. As YouTube does better, my cash trading is going to get bigger, but also while it gets bigger, and hopefully I'll be making more money and more profit and getting bigger trades and stuff like that, it also gets more expensive because people are coming to me with bigger deals, so I have to have more funds ready to go to be able to get crazy deals like this. Because not only did I buy, the Skeleton Sapphire, which I think is somewhere around hopefully a $4,500 knife or something like that, I also got these cases, which I believe the market price for all these cases put together was somewhere around $6,000. Here we picked up some CS20 cases, some falchion cases, some revolver cases. We do have a little bit of everything. Now, obviously, when I buy skins and knives and gloves and stuff like that for my cash trading business, I do look to sell them off as soon as possible. I'm looking to make profit. I'm looking to reinvest it in the YouTube channel, into the business, into my investments, stuff like that. But when I do get a deal for these cases done, the thing that I have been doing so far is I've been holding on to these cases. So essentially, my cash trading business doesn't make any short-term profit for me. Any profit that my cash trading business makes, that money is not going directly in my pocket. That money is going directly being reinvested into buying cases from people, and those cases become my long-term investments. Now, I know usually you want to keep the business and your investments separate, but I'm just kind of investing in it through the business, if that makes sense, and also just kind of using the business as a way to essentially get free cases. I'm not actually seeing any profit or any money coming back to me from the business, but I am seeing a bunch of cases come back to me from the business. And if I think cases are an insane investment long term, I just bought $6,000 worth of cases that are now going to be long term investments for me. And I think that $6,000 could easily turn into something insane. What, $10, $12, $15, $20,000 in a couple of years, and that would be absolutely a huge come up. Now, I did also get some other cool deals done recently. We got this M4A1S Moss Quartz. I think this is a really cool skin. I honestly think this one's a little bit underrated. It's kind of the green version of the Hot Rod or the Blue Phosphor or something like that. We got this Wet Socks agent. We got number K. That's always a cool agent that I'm going to be looking to pick up. We got a 5.7 Berries and Cherries. Pretty cool skin. Definitely wanted to look at that real quick. Not my favorite craft in the world, but that's a cool skin. We got this M4A4 Eye of Horus. I believe this is factory new. Now, field tested. I don't know why I thought it was factory new, but still very, very cool skin from the Anubis collection. Always going to be happy whenever I have a chance to pick those up. I have a bunch of skins from case openings and stuff like that, so nothing too crazy there. We got this M4A1S Masterpiece. This is a cool skin. I don't know what this is. Well worn on that. It's not the best wear in the world, but very, very cool skin. Again, from that Overpass collection. I got an Op Medusa with the rocks hollow on the scope. This is a very, very sick and expensive skin. So you guys can just see how much money I've been spending recently, because this is all the stuff that is in my inventory, you know, like waiting to be sold, waiting to get deals done, stuff like that. The stuff isn't even tradable till the 31st. So this is stuff that I just recently picked up. We do have a pair of Sports Gloves Vice Battle Scarred. So not super sick there, but 0.51 on Battle Scarred. So like kind of a low float battle scar. They look very, very beat up. Definitely not like nice knuckles or anything like that. We have all of the Austin stuff that I recently opened. I'm going to be trying to sell that off right away as soon as we can. I got a skeleton knife Damascus steel here, so picking up a couple of skeleton knives is pretty cool. That's going to be factory new on that. I also have this Specialist Gloves Lieutenant Commander that came with that skeleton knife Damascus steel. And I think I have a couple other things to show in this video as well. A couple safari meshes coming in. I'm still, I have a buy order for those safari meshes still going. I have this gut knife Gamma Doppler. I have this Glock 18 Gamma Doppler, another skin that I really, really like. Again, a skin that I'm always going to be able to purchase whenever it comes up, whenever people are looking to sell it. I do have this Ursus knife case hardened. Not really, a cool amount of blue or anything like that, but still, a knife is a knife. I'm always looking to buy knives. Sport Glove Nox. This is a cool skin. I know Nox have really been kind of pumping lately, and people have really been liking these. Again, I keep getting gloves in Battle Scarred, 0.77 on the float for those, so kind of crazy. I think that might be it as far as the stuff that I've picked up recently, but yeah. Oh, also this is Op Lightning Strike. I think I don't know if I already showed this to you guys or not, but this is an Op Lightning Strike. It doesn't want to load. I don't know if Steam's having some issues or what, but I have an Op Lightning Strike in minimal wear. It's got a Taric Gold from Boston on the scope there. So I think this is also a very, very cool skin. This one I actually have for sale right now, so hopefully I'll be moving this sooner rather than later. But it's another skin that looks really, really good with the light reflecting on it and everything. That purple kind of aura surrounding it is really crazy. But yeah, I overall, a really, really crazy like month or past month of YouTube, a really crazy past month of trading, and even this morning still continuing to get those absolutely big deals done, picking up one of the rarest items in the entire game, a skeleton knife sapphire in a minimal wear that hopefully I won't regret buying. Hopefully this won't be something that I end up losing hundreds of dollars on because I can't sell and it's a liquid piece of shit, but we'll have to wait and see. Pretty much it for this video today, guys. Hopefully catch you in the next one. Until then, peace.